How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Welcome, basketball fans, to another exciting season of basketball right here on Redeemer Radio. Your announcers, Kenny Barr and Bob Mers, are ready to bring you all the action of tonight's games. Turn up the dial, sit back, and relax. Redeemer Radio has your courtside seats ready.
Welcome, basketball fans. Bob Mers, Kenny Barr, we are in Columbia City, Indiana. Columbia City High School for the semifinal round of the basketball sectional here at Columbia City. Your Bishop Luers Knights take on the host school, the Columbia City Eagles. The Eagles stand 18-6 on the year and are co-champs of the NE8. And they got some ball players on their club, Bob.
Yes, they do, Kenny. They got a very good ball club. Last Friday night, they beat Concordia 62-45, and the Hazen brothers scored 40 points between them. Bracken Hazen scored 22, and I don't know his brothers, Parker, and two very good ball players. They got a very good ball club. Bishop Luers averages 65 points a game, and Columbia City averages 45. Luers gives up 61, and Columbia City only gives up 45.
And both teams are on a roll as far as confidence goes. The Columbia City Eagles have won 4 of their last 5, and so have the Bishop Luers Knights. Actually, they won 5 of their last 6. And the Knights got here. They got had to play in the first round, and they beat the Norwell Knights 72-54, so an 18-point win for the Bishop Luers Knights. And Bob and I have been talking a lot because we both got here a little early today. And this is probably going to be the toughest game of the sectional for anybody. Both of these teams are well matched. Bob did a little scouting in the stands, ran into some friends of his. And the one bugaboo that Columbia City might have is handling the press. And one advantage the Luers has is they got a pretty good press. It's a quick guard.
And Columbia City, Kenny, as you mentioned, and we looked at their schedule, they played good teams, but I don't think there's too many teams that they've played that are any athletic. More athletic than Bishop Luers, and the big thing that's going to help Bishop Luers is Antoine Berry, a transfer from Northrop. He started for Northrop for 2 years. He's a very good ball player. He had to sit out this year during the regular season. Antoine is 6'5". He got 21 points and the leading scorer in the Norwell game. So Bishop Luers has got a lot of offensive weapons anyway, and now you give him another kid. So offensively, Luers is going to be awful tough to stop. And I think it's going to be rebounding, defense, fundamentals, like it always is, Kenny.
If you can hear this game, it's thanks to our communications sponsor, Dr. Todd and Mrs. Mary Briscoe, and the Briscoe Family Dentistry. Their generous financial support helps make this Redeemer Radio Sport broadcast possible. You need emergency surgery, emergency dental care, call Dr. Briscoe at 486-9950. That's 486-9950. And before we analyze this any deeper, let's go to our in-house opening prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Let us pray. As we gather in your name, O Lord, there are so many things for which we are grateful, for you have created us in your image and likeness, and you have filled us with gifts and talents and abilities. We thank you for the gifts that you have bestowed upon these athletes, their coaches, their parents, and their supporters. We ask you to bless this contest in which we show forth the beauty of creation by using our talents wisely. Help us always to use them for your greater honor and glory in a spirit of fairness and competition, so that this game may truly be a way of bringing to the world an awareness of you who are Lord forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Redeemer Radio has one travel sponsor, and that's H&L Electric, specializing in commercial electric needs for the business community. H&L Electric can handle the smallest to the largest projects for your business. Call Pete Henry. And tell him we sent you. Tell him Bob said hi even. You call him at 260-357-0123. That's Pete Henry at 260-357-0123. And festivities and pregame is just about ready to get going here. They've got about 30 seconds on the clock. So Bob and I will catch the starting lineups on the fly for you. And, I've been looking at this lineup here, and I think Luers has got this, I won't call it a secret weapon, but a sneaky weapon in the new guy, Anton Berry. 6'5". He's been playing JV all year, and it looks like he's going about half steam with the JV group. But now you told me he scored 21 and was the leading scorer.
The leading scorer, and I know he started all last year for Northrop. He was one of the better sophomores in the city, and he played with Ray Walker, number 11, who's a transfer from Northrop. So they're teammates in Northrop all of last year. So they're ready to go for the sectionals this year. They know each other. This should be a very good ball game, Kenny. Very interesting. Getting ready to announce the starting lineups. I think, again, Columbia City's got a lot of size when you can go the Hazen brothers at 6'7", at 6'8", so Luers is really going to have to negate the size, but I just don't think Columbia City has ran into the athleticism that Bishop Luers displays.
They're tall, but they're not real thick. They're not real strong looking, but good basketball players don't necessarily have to be all beefed up and looking like they can pick up the team bus and throw it around. Bob and I are both cheating. We're trying to lean over and get the numbers on the boys on the
I got a couple of, but I don't have all 5 of them yet.
Well, we'll certainly get them, and they're getting ready to do the national anthem. And certainly we will respect that when they get done with all their pregame announcements. Not a lot. They're not going to let us smoke our victory cigars tonight. Red Auerbach will be unhappy with us. And I think this is the no booing clause that you get when you go to basketball games. We're glad that you tuned in with us here tonight. Kind of a long drive from Columbia City, but the weather's kind of nice. And you'll hear a lot of background noise because we have to be right in front of the Columbia City Eagles home fans.
And Columbia City sure brought out the fans for a 6 o'clock game, Kenny. They got a great contingent of the Columbia City Eagles here tonight.
They got quite a good crowd here. Now they're going to do a starting lineup before the anthem, so that's okay. Get all their non-starters, which is traditional at the sectional games. And all these boys do need a little bit of recognition because some of them don't get hardly any playing time because they practice all year. But it's nice to get a little CR. Cooper Parrish, he's a senior. He stands 5'11", he's a guard. You're going to hear a lot of the word senior from the Columbia City lineup, but all but 3 are seniors.
11 seniors listed in the program, as Kenny mentioned.
So they will go with Cooper Parrish, he's 5'11" senior. Matt Benedict, he's the coach's son. He's a 6-foot senior. Bracken Hazen, 6'8" forward. And Bob, you said he's committed to playing where?
Central Florida.
And then Parker Hazen, he's a 6'7" junior. One of the few juniors in the starting lineup. And Robert Warwick is a 6'2" forward. That's Columbia City's starting lineup. And we're a little surprised that the guys who are
pretty much a normal starting lineup for Kenny.
He didn't do no, that's dirty cool. He didn't introduce our non-starters.
Yes.
Okay. We've got JJ, Sidney, Walker, Barry, and Banks. So we'll get to the national anthem if we get to playing some basketball. Wow.
Excellent, Kenny. We always say the same thing. If the game is half as good as the way this young lady sang the national anthem, we're going to have one heck of a ball game.
Well, she's going to go by me. Thank you. Very good.
For Bishop Luers, Kenny, pretty much a normal starting lineup. Sidney Curry, number 5, 6'7" freshman. Ray Walker, 5'11" junior. J.J. Foster, 5'11" junior. Antoine Berry, 6'5" junior. And Jordan Banks, 6'5" junior. A freshman, 3 juniors, and a senior.
And the boys are getting positioned where they want to be. It looks like Bracken Hayes is going to jump center with Sidney Curry. Sidney has had a little bit of problems with his knees, that growing disease where your knees hurt all the time. And he iced him a lot. And the last game we saw him, he's a little bit pumped up, a little excited. We'll see if he's calmed down a little bit because he could dominate on the inside anytime he wants to. Columbia City wins the tip. And here they go. Picked up by J.J. Foster to get it to the high left wing at the top of the key. Going to swing it out to the right side over to Benedict.
Luers in a man-to-man.
Back at the top, key to Parrish, and they flip it over to Hazen. Hazen finds his forward Warwick. Now they dump it down inside. They're going to try and do a little bit of work inside. And they're going to call a foul on Sidney Curry as Parker Hazen spun to his left. So the first foul of the ball game goes against the Bishop Luers Knights.
Officiating is going to be key, Kenny, because Luers is used to playing pretty physical in the SAC.
The three on the way from the corner, no good. Rebound, Curry skies and pull that one out of the air, hands it off to Foster. Foster comes down the floor with it and dumps it down inside to Banks. Banks takes it up, puts it up, no good. Rebound, Columbia City. They cleared the boards nicely that time. Parker Hazen with a rebound, gets it forward to Benedict. Benedict over the timeline to Hazen, over in the corner to Warwick. Warwick flips it back to the top of the key to Hazen. Hazen hands it back off to Parrish, who shot the three and missed it just a little bit ago. Over to Warwick, and they're working the outside a lot, but staying on the right side of the floor, almost trying to run a triangle offense. Drive inside, throw it cross court. They get inside on Banks. And nice drive from the baseline. Robert Warwick for the first 2 points of the ball game for the Columbia City Eagles. JJ gets inside, tries to dump it down to Curry. He's fouled on the way in. He put a dandy stop-and-go move on Benedict, and Benedict had to reach in and grab him and slow him down.
Columbia City probably has not seen as quick at guards as Luers is going to throw at him all year.
JJ having trouble getting the ball in. He finally finds Banks. He can shoot it from there. Gives to Barry. Barry fakes a three, drives, gets inside and lost the basketball. And it don't take much to hit the wall here because there's only about an 8 or 10 foot stretch between the wall and the end line. Bishop Luers going to put on a little bit of a full court press. We'll see how serious they are about it.
Whoever wins the turnover battle, Kenny, will go a long way in telling us who wins this game tonight.
Not serious at all. Parker Hazen brings it over the timeline. Has no problem. Gets to Parrish. Parrish just inside the arc. They throw it around. They get it down to Hazen down low. He's going to work on Curry. He gets down
nice
inside.
move.
Sidney Curry's going to have his hands full if he don't get a little help on the weak side over there. Curry has the basketball. A long bounce pass inside. Ill-advised pass. Excuse me. Luckily tipped out by Columbia City, and the Knights will retain possession under the hoop.
Bishop Luers offensively is a little ragged right now. They got to settle down and start playing Bishop Luers basketball.
JJ flips it into Sidney Curry. He finds Walker. Walker's going to reset the offense. He's way out by the timeline. Dribbles up in between the circles, goes forward and buzzes right by his defender, puts up a left-hander, rattles around, pops out, no good. Rebound Hazen for Columbia City. Still has the basketball, comfortable handling it in a 6'8" frame. He looks like he's done that lots and lots in his career. Gets it over to Parrish. Parrish dumps it down inside to Parker Hazen. Hazen back to Parrish. Parrish to the right side, swing it all the way in the corner to Warwick. Warwick dribbles about 3 times, brings it to the top of the key. They flip it to the right side to Bracken Hazen. Bracken's looking for something.
Nice pass.
You saw the communication between the brothers. Bracken saw Parker cutting through the lane. You saw the nod, and they threw a bullet in there. 6-0 Columbia City. Trying to get it inside to Banks. Throw it to Curry. Curry, top of the key. Shot, no good. Rebound, Columbia City.
Luers one and done, Kenny. They're not very well offensively at all right now.
Eagles dominating this game. Luers needs to run a little bit, see if they can make some hay that way. They dump it down on the low post again. Parker Hazen. This time he dribbles it back out, flips it out to Parrish. Parrish throws it over to Benedict. Benedict throws it.
That's too easy. Luers needs a timeout, I think.
They sure do. And that's exactly what happened. Timeout. Bishop Luers 8-0 Columbia City. And we'll let you know that our one of our first quarter sponsors, and we're blessed to have 2 of them this year. You can help support your Catholic parish or school and help elevate yourself in the process with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. Call Elevate at 844-230-6611 or visit them online at visit them online at ndelevate.com to learn more. Make sure I got that right. ndelevate.com to learn more.
Parker Hazen, a 6'7 junior, is having his way right now, Kenny, for Columbia City. He's got 6 points, and Sidney Curry, 6'7 freshman, is not getting a lot of help, and he's getting dominated right now. Hazen has 6 points. Luers has not scored, and we've played almost 3 minutes. Luers better wake up, and they're going to find themselves in a big hole before we even get started here.
JJ drives, dumps it off to Barry, 8-footer from the baseline, puts it up and in. So they got the goose egg off the scoreboard, or it was blank actually, it wasn't even a 0. 8-2 your score. Here come the Eagles. Moroccan Hazen looking again, trying to get it down inside to Parker. Throw it to Benedict. They're going to keep it around the shelf, throw it over to the other side, see what they can do with it. Nope, they to the right side where Parker has popped out. Got around Banks. He puts it up. No good. Banks goes up. Man handles the rebound, pulls it back down. Here comes J.J. Foster for the Knights. Gets inside, and an elbow called on Columbia City. Benedict.
That might be his son.
Jordan Bechtel going to take his place, and Bob is exactly right. Matt Benedict's second foul of the ball game, and the only second foul on Columbia City.
Jordan Bechtel, a 5'10 junior.
J.J. Foster gets it into Barry. They flip it out to Walker. Over to Foster. Foster's right wing. 3 on the way. Looks good from here. Nope. Wide right. Rebound Columbia City. Parker Hazen pulls it down. Gets it over to Warwick. Warwick changes hands and decides to get it over to Bechtel. Bechtel dumps it off to Parrish. Parrish back to Hazen. Brocken Hazen. He's going to bring it back out and go in between the circles, guarded by Barry. Little exchange, and they tried to switch. It didn't work. Hazen inside. Barry got the good defense on him.
Nice rebound, though.
And he followed his shot. There was 3 Bishop Luers Knights inside there, and Brocken Hazen just went and got the rebound. Rebounding is an attitude.
Columbia City is dominating Luers on the boards, and they're also dominating on the scoreboard. 10-2 Columbia City. Luers better wake up here.
Blaine Cook has checked in the lineup for the Bishop Luers Knights. He can shoot the 3. And they're kind of leaving him open over on the corner. Coach J.J. Foster's hollering for Coach Gate, play number 3, whatever that might be, and get it inside to Barry. Barry is fouled this time by probably Robert Warwick as Barry had him on his right hip. The pass went to the left side, exactly what it's supposed to, and he drew the foul on Warwick. 3rd foul on Columbia City.
Blaine Cook is in for Sidney Curry.
And it's 10-2 still. The Columbia City Eagles have a nice early start. And J.J. Foster had nobody to throw it to, so he tried to throw it off the defender's foot, and it worked. Saved the timeout, saved the possession.
Luers just doesn't look like they're into this game, do they, Kenny? They almost look like they're disinterested, and they better wake up here.
I tend to agree with you. They get it inside to Banks. Banks to Barry. Barry mishandles it, recovers, puts it up. It's blocked out of bounds by Warwick. And I think Luers has underestimated this Columbia City team to a certain degree. They look like they're about a half step slow. They're going to have to get it going and get it going quick.
Columbia City's 18-6, and they played a lot of good teams this year.
A little inside-out action. Barry with a right-handed hook shot, bounces around, dumps it in. So the guy who's played JV all year has scored all the points for the Bishop Luers Knights. 3:08 on the clock, first period, 10-4. Columbia City on top.
Luers got to do rebounding a lot better if they want to get back in this game.
Parker gets it over to Jordan Bechtel. Bechtel dumps it off to Warwick. Warwick back to Brockton Hazen. He gets it into Parker. Parker's going to be guarded double team that time. That's the way they're going to have to stop it to get it inside to Warwick. His pocket's picked from the backside. And JJ and Walker.
Oh, nice pass.
And Barry with a trailer and a nice pass from JJ Foster to Barry. So it's 10-6. The Knights starting to play a little bit more familiar basketball. Cook on the defense picks up Parker Hazen. They flip it to the right side to Brocken Hazen. He hands it off to Bechtel. Bechtel over to Parrish. Back to Bechtel. He's out in between the circles. Out directing a little bit of traffic. Cooper Parrish run the baseline, tried to hide in the corner. Didn't work too well, so they dump it down inside to Parker Hazen.
Another turnover
by Banks. He tried to get it inside to Warwick, and Barry stepped in between. He gets it forward to Cook. Back to Barry. He fakes a 3. Fakes a 3 again, decides to give it up to Walker. Walker way out up between the circles. He's going to dribble it slowly to the right side. Berry working on the inside. He can get it in there. He's got him on his hip. Decides to give it to JJ. Give it back to Berry. Berry drives the baseline, puts it up and in.
Kenny, he's got 8 points. It's Antoine Berry's show. It's Columbia City 8, 10, and Antoine Berry 8.
1:46 on the clock. Yeah, Columbia City comes down the floor with Parker Hayes and gets it over to Brockton.
Oh, another turnover.
And Banks slaps that out of the sky. Cook gets it, stops, pops a three, no good. It goes long. Rebound Warwick for Columbia City. So
Cook's a good three-point shooter, though.
Didn't quite get his feet underneath him, and it went long and just a smidgen to the left. Not a bad shot in the flow of the offense, though. Rockin' Hazen and Bechtel playing a little pitch and catch on the right side, on the left side, excuse me. Left wing top of the key. They get it down low, and we'll see what he can do with it again. Parker Hazen got position that time on the defense.
Parker Hazen has 8 of the 12 points at Columbia City.
But they slowed him down a little bit here in the last couple of minutes. J.J. Foster gets inside. Gets him a polite little easy, 6-7 footer, Bob, off the glass. 12-10 your score, 51 seconds to go.
Luers found their offensive game all of a sudden, didn't they, Kenny?
Yeah, that timeout was good timeout by J.J. Foster. Warwick gets it over to Rocket Hayes and dump it down in the corner to Parrish. Parrish partially blocked Warwick. Skies and gets the block out of there. He's double teamed, trapped on the baseline. He gets it out, luckily, to Brocken Hazen.
Luers changed to a zone now, and that might help him because they were doing a poor job of rebounding in the man-to-man.
A little bit of pitch and catch between Bechtel and Hazen out on the top as they're rearranging their offense. Only got 20 seconds to go in the quarter here. 12-10. The score, Columbia City up by 2, and they have the basketball.
Coach Benedict's calling the plays for the Columbia City Eagles.
And they better call it fast. We're inside 10 seconds. Bechtel with the basketball. A couple of drills.
Another turnover,
inside.
almost.
Walker got his hands on it. Ends up in Columbia City's hands. Drive, strip, and JJ comes up with it. We got about a half second. That's all. That's not going to work. Count if it goes anyway. Interesting quarter. The first half, all Columbia City. The second half, almost all Bishop Luers. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to 106.3 FM WRDF, Columbia City, Fort Wayne.
Redeemer Radio gladly thanks Dr. Mark Stoner, a St. Jude parishioner, for underwriting a portion of our programming. Dr. Mark Stoner offers comprehensive dentistry for every family member. Dr. Stoner is now accepting new patients at his new location, 9830 Auburn Road. For more information on services for all dental needs, Dr. Stoner can be found on the web at markstonerdds.com or reached by phone at 260-484-4181.
This is Jason Schiffley, principal of Bishop Dwenger High School. Students enter our school as children and emerge as adults, prepared to go out into the world with the tools necessary to become citizens of two worlds. Our enriched curriculum focuses on academics, service to the community, and participation in extracurricular activities, all while building on the foundation of our Catholic faith. Tuffy, our saintly mascot, reminds us that we are all called to be saints. Call us at 260-496-4700 or visit us online at bishopdwenger.com to find out how you can become a Dwenger saint.
Our first quarter sponsor is Eisman Property Management. They're a local company that offers owner services for residential properties from a single home to large complexes. If you're a property owner needing a full-time maintenance staff to care for your property or need to find a rental home, Eisman Property Management is here to help. Contact Eisman Property Management on the web at 456rent.com or call 456-RENT. That's 456-7368.
Bishop Luers started out the quarter with a basketball and an easy bucket for J.J. Foster. Drove in, put it up with the left hand. Columbia City just bounced one off of J.J.'s foot, and it flew out of bounds. So the Bishop Luers Knights playing much, much better defense than they did the first 3.5 minutes of this ball game.
4 turnovers for Columbia City, 1 for Luers. And again, I don't think Columbia City is seen as athletic a team as they're going to run into here tonight in the Luers Knights.
12-12 your score, 7:25 second quarter. 3 on the way, a deep three.
Oh, good looking three by Cooper Perry.
And quickly, Ray Walker brings the basketball down, tries to catch the defense sleeping. They hustle back, so they're going to sling it around this shell. JJ has it left wing, holds up a couple of fingers and gets everybody in position. Picks up the basketball, goes to Walker, right wing back in between the circles to JJ. Left wing to Cook, back to JJ, back to Walker. Walker launches a long three, hits the back of the iron, no good. Tip to Berry, and he's fouled hard by Warwick. And you got to say, give an assist on that to Jordan Banks. He tipped it over to Berry.
He kept the ball alive, didn't he?
Exactly. He kept that basketball in play for the Knights. And Curry's going to check back into the ball game here. And Barry, short on the first one.
Luers has 6 baskets, 4 of them from Antoine Berry. Columbia City, with that big 3 by Cooper Parrish, has a 15-12 lead, but Antoine Berry's trying to make a free throw here to cut into it.
Got an update from New Haven where Bishop Winter Saints are playing the Bulldogs. They're all tied at 13 after one quarter.
Sounds like they're going to have a heck of a ball game, too.
Second free throw is good, so it's 15-13. Columbia City by 2. And the press starting to bother Columbia City a little bit. I think it's the first time they put it on with any, they weren't serious about it, but they were badgering the daylights out of the basketball. Ryan Moser checked in the lineup at the quarter for the Columbia City Eagles, along with Klemke. They get it down inside. Hazen is triple team, so they're going to try and swing it around the other way. Try to get it to Brockton Hazen down low. The Hazens are running the baseline now. Another 3 on the way. This one's buried again.
5'11" seniors got 6 points, and they're all on threes here, Kenny, in the last 2 minutes.
18-13 your score, 6-11 second quarter. Walker to Foster, over to Cook, left wing. Got it down on the baseline to Curry. Curry mans up, puts it up, and in.
He might be able to do that all night. He's just a very good-looking ball player inside.
Just got to keep his emotions in check, and he'll do very, very well tonight. It's the press. Columbia City's having trouble getting it over the timeline. They're running out of time. They finally do with a nifty little bounce pass. It got through everybody over to Mosier. Now they got to dump in the corner. Right wing. Top of the key. Out between the circles, actually. Back to the left wing. And boy, they're tall, Bob. You just see them come
yes,
through
they
the
are.
lane. They stick them arms up there and they play long also. So there's just a lot of kids, them Hazen boys. They get it to the right side to Mosier. Mosier dumps it over to Klemke. Klemke gets it down inside. Nope,
they're going to give him the outside
Klemke
shot.
Missed everything. It's a range finder. Didn't expect to see one of them. And Banks in for Barry for the Knights. And it's 18-15 with 5:19 second quarter.
Antoine Berry needs a little rest. He's got 9 points. Bishop Luers back to their normal starting lineup with Johnson, Foster, Cook, Banks, and Curry. They'll probably try to go inside.
Cook in the corner, out to J.J. Foster. He fakes a little bit of a pass, dumps it off to Curry. Curry at the top of the key, kind of a strange place, trying to open up the lane, I think. Cross court over to Walker. Walker to Banks in the corner, back to Walker. Cross court to J.J. J.J.'s high right wing. Over the top, they get it down
nice pass.
Curry. And he's triple teamed. He mans it
nice
up,
pass.
Puts it up and in. Sidney Curry getting a little bit of confidence in amongst the trees there. He's one of the trees. Did a good job powering his way up that time. Again, the press is bothering Columbia City to a certain degree. They do get it over the timeline, but I can see that begin to be bothersome if the Knights elect to go that way for quite a while. Fastball is in Parker Moser's hands. He gets it over to Klemke, back to Moser. They get it to the high post to Brockton Hazen. He drives, puts it up right hand. No good. Sidney Curry pulls down the rebound. J.J. Foster coming down over the Knights down by 1. They get it to Cook. Cook, 3 on the way. Whoops. Partially blocked. Grabbed by Columbia City, and we're going to go the other way. Parker Hazen with the basketball. No press this time for the Knights. They get it down into the corner. Thought about the 3, changed his mind. Cooper Parrish has hit a couple of them. They need to get in his grill.
Luers got to know where he's at all times.
Get it down into the high post. Brockton Hazen whistle stops play. Barry and Davis. Jason Davis going to check in the line for Bishop Luers. That foul is going to go against Jordan Banks. Only the second foul of the ball game on the Bishop Luers Knights. Banks first foul, and we got an 18-17 score. Matt Benedict back in the lineup. Spencer Klemke going to have a seat. And Ray Walker and Cook going to have a seat for the Bishop Luers Knights. Columbia City with the basketball, long inbound pass to Moser. Pick it up in almost the backcourt. Hands it off to Matt Benedict, who's got 2 fouls on him. He's back in the lineup for 3:46 here in the second.
Luers playing a 2-3 zone, but they got to find the shooters for Columbia City because they're killing Luers right now from the outside.
You get it down inside to Hazen. Hazen puts it up way too hard, partially blocked by Banks. I think he smacked it, so it looked like he just threw it up too hard. Here come the Knights. Throw it over to Davis. Davis thinks about the 3. And thinks better of it. They get it over to Barry. Barry's come from with it. Shot it. Comes up short.
And they're going to call Banks, and that's 2. I think that's 2 fouls on Banks, and that'll hurt if it is.
Yep. And it wasn't quite as sneaky as it needed to be to get away with it. He did do it. So the missed 3 and the rebound foul. Columbia City has the basketball. Ray Walker going to check back in the lineup at the next break for the Knights. Benedict flicks it over to Mosier, back to Benedict. He's in between the circles. 2 dribbles to the left and hands it off to Parker Hayes, and they try to look inside. No go inside this time. So go
I would take it right to Banks because he's got 2 fouls.
And Banks just stole the basketball between him and Foster. They took it right away from Brockton Hazen that time. Tried to fire it inside. Too many Columbia City Eagles in there. Couldn't thread the needle. They took it right back.
Second turnover for Luers and 5 for Columbia City.
Benedict has the basketball. Dumped it way in the corner over to Hazen. Back to Benedict, out to Cooper Parrish. And they're leaving him a little bit of room. I'm a little bit surprised at that. Giving it to Benedict. To Mosier, to Benedict. Parrish, now they're getting out there.
He's the only one that has the points this quarter. He's got 2 threes.
Parker Hazen drives on Banks.
Oh, nice block
Curry
by
on the
Curry.
weak side, and that's what we were talking about. Block, Banks, and Banks lost control of it. It's going to be Columbia City's basketball. And Brockton Hazen got in there and scrapped around. Curry's going to have a seat.
I'm surprised they're leaving Banks in with 2 fouls. You don't want to get him in foul trouble. And Curry's been doing a good job, hasn't he, Kenny?
They're doing a very good job. They threw a bullet. Oh,
almost. Good hustle by Columbia City.
3 on the way. Bang.
I can't believe they're not guarding this kid.
Yeah, I think that one kind of surprised them after that broken play. 21-17, 2:06, second quarter. The Knights down by 4. Ray Walker with the basketball. Everybody else heading to the baseline. Davis, baseline 3. No good.
Good rebound by Banks.
Banks puts it up. No good. The rebound is going to be over the back on Barry. Oh, no.
It's on Columbia City. I was a little surprised at that one.
Rocket Hayes got caught, and you tell that our fans behind us are not our fans, the Columbia City fans. They all stood up, and the video cameras are going like crazy, Bob. You just can't go anywhere without having a video going on.
Jordan Banks does not have a point. That sort of has hurt Luers because he always does a good job. And he's got a chance to cut into this 4-point lead.
He's played nice defensively, though. He slowed down the inside game of the Columbia City.
And making some nice passes also.
So first free throw is in the air and short. Much to the delight of the students across the way for Columbia City. Crowd's filled in pretty nicely on both sides of the gym here.
Columbia City sure supports their ball club. The Eagle fans came out in droves tonight.
Banks has the basketball. He flies and count it. So we're down to a 3-point deficit, 21-18. And here comes the full court press. It looks like it's a little bit more serious. They're going to trap the basketball wherever it goes. Got those quick guards out there trying to do that. They get it over the timeline. But it's kind of a willy-nilly way to do it, just about over and back. And Brockton Hazen dumps it down to Parker. Parker has no place to go. 3 on the way from the corner. That's Cooper Parrish, and he has not missed yet.
Kenny, he got 4 threes. Luers is giving up that 3-pointer, and they're getting burned by it.
A nice inside pass from Foster to Banks, and Banks gets fouled on the way up. Brockton Hazen guilty of that personal foul, and I think his parents might be right behind us. I'm sorry, Ryan Mosier got called on that.
Cooper Parrish, a 5'11 senior. Luers is daring him to shoot. He's got 4 threes, 12 points in the second quarter, and they better cover him because he's going to shoot Columbia City.
24-18.
A big lead here.
24-18 your score, now 24-19 as Banks makes the front end of the 2-shot foul. Well, he's 2 for 3 in his last 3 attempts. Referees in no big hurry to get him the basketball. They finally do.
Columbia City has 10 baskets, Kenny, and 4 of them are threes, all in this quarter.
Second free throw's up and good, so Banks has found the range. It's 24-20. The full court press again, applied by the Bishop Luers Knights. This time broken relatively easy by the Eagles. They're going to try and drive all the way in. Threw it in behind somebody. Barry's going to pick it up. So the press did work. JJ got numbers. He's going to go around him anyway. Tries to dump at the corner. And Davis, good hustle with the basketball that got loose. Rescued it. JJ's got it in the left corner. He decides against the 3. We got exactly 1 minute to go before halftime.
Columbia City in that zone, giving Luers some trouble from the outside.
JJ downtown 3, no good. And Banks with a rebound. Stops, turns an 8-footer, throws it about 12 feet. Barry on the other side. Blocked.
Barry got fouled again.
Barry was fouled. And And, of course, the Columbia City Eagles are a little bit stunned. Ryan Mosier guilty of that personal foul. That's his second and the 7th on Columbia City this half. So 24-20, Berry to the free throw line with 47.5 on the clock. Berry misses the front end of the 2-shot foul.
He has 9 points. His only bugaboo, he's 1 out of 3 from the foul line. As often as he has the ball in his hand, Kenny, I think he's going to get fouled tonight. So it would help him if he'd improve his foul shooting here a little.
Second one is up and good. So we're back to a 3-point game. 47.5 seconds, and the press again is applied by the Bishop Luers Knights. A bit of pitch and catch down on the baseline on the far end. They finally throw someone in the middle. They got tipped, but Hustle and Benedict was fouled. So they try to pick this pocket from the backside. Blaine Cook going to check in. J.J. Foster guilty of that personal foul. It's only the 4th on Bishop Luers, and J.J.'s first of the ball game. So it'll be a non-shooting foul. Davis has a seat for the Luers Knights. And Cooper Parrish triggers the basketball in to Parker Hazen. I like these Hazen kids. I like the way they play ball. And they're holding the basketball. Look like they're going to try and hold it for one. They're going to back up. Banks is slowly sneaking out.
And Banks has got 2 fouls, so he's got to watch it, try to guard the Hazen.
Yeah, they get it over in the corner to, I think that's Moser. Yeah, it is Moser. He's almost in trouble.
There's a turnover. Another turnover.
The Bishop Luers Knights, good hands.
7 turnovers, Kenny, and that's the bugaboo of Columbia City. We were told before the game that they have trouble handling the press. They have 7 turnovers, only 3 for Luers, and they can cut this to a 1-point or maybe tie it.
10 seconds to go. Ray Walker with the basketball over to Blaine Cook. They got everybody running the baseline.
Cook's
Walker,
a good 3-point shooter.
Cook to Berry. Berry launches a 3. Count it.
Wow, they just tied the game. They just tied the game.
And the Bishop Luers Knights, after what do you want to say? An ugly start, lazy start, speed to the cement start, tied the ball game with the last second 3. It's 24-all, and we are going to take at least a 1-minute break. Let's take a look here. We might take about a 3-minute break because it's non-stop action. And you're listening to 106.3 FM WRDF, Columbia City, Fort Wayne. Hey, folks, welcome to your family affair.
Think of Briscoe Dentistry for your family's dental care. Dr. Todd Briscoe and team know that your body is more than just teeth and gums. Your oral health affects the performance ability of your entire body. And on the field or court, you want your body to perform at its best. So trust Dr. Briscoe and team to provide the ultimate in preventative, periodontal, orthodontic, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry. To optimize your body's performance, contact Dr. Briscoe at 260-486-9950 or on the web at briscoedentistry.com.
The right solution matters. First Federal Bank knows businesses come in all sizes, from family-owned to mid-sized enterprises, all the way to large corporations. And we believe banking solutions should too. Whether you're looking for a way to improve cash flow or finance a multi-million-dollar expansion, we're dedicated to finding solutions custom fit to you. I'm Perry Level. To learn more about First Federal Bank's commercial banking solutions, call me at 260-432-0022 or visit first-fed.com. After all, we're better together. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Programming on Redeemer Radio is underwritten in part by Bob Busher Homes. Floor plan customization is what they specialize in. Find floor plans, building sites, and read Bob's story on the web at bobbusherhomes.com. Bob Busher Homes is locally owned with offices in Fort Wayne and Angola. For more information about new home building or remodeling, Bob Busher Homes can be reached at 260-490-3355.
A clean office space. Okay, that's an easy choice, and choosing the right company to clean your business is easy too. Siokas Professional Cleaning is the choice of a lot of Fort Wayne companies because of the 100% satisfaction guarantee. Siokas does it with built-in check systems to make sure your business is cleaned beyond your expectations every time. First impressions are critical, so make sure yours is always the best with professional cleaning from Siokas. The best people, the best service. 483-2112 or online at siokas.com.
Spherion Staffing, locally owned by the Pentenberg family, excels in finding the best candidates for industrial, clerical, customer service, non-clinical healthcare, IT, and professional direct hire placements. Spherion clients are accustomed to getting the right employees at the right time, every time. Spherion Staffing supports the proud excellence of the Dwenger Saints and the Luers Knights, both on the field and in the classroom. Whether you are seeking your next career move or searching for great employees, call us at 260-496-9900 or visit us on the web at spherion.com/FTWayne.
Hi, sports fans. Sean McBride here, inviting you to try the Barbershop experience. St. Joe Center Barbershop, located at the corner of St. Joe Center and Maplecrest, prides itself on professionalism, cleanliness, and a family-friendly atmosphere. In their third generation of family ownership, they have a combined experience of over 125 years. Give them a call at 485-6981. It's my barbershop of choice. That's St. Joe Center Barbershop at 485-6981.
What a time to have a sneezing fit. We're back. There we go. Everything's cleared out. Hey, our second quarter, that was exciting, and it was also brought to you by Holy Cross College. And it's proud to bring you the second quarter of tonight's game. Holy Cross College is an affordable Catholic college offering a life-changing, life-affirming education and is closer than you think. It's just 2 hours away. Search for them on the web at Holy Cross College at Notre Dame IN. And now our halftime sponsor, it is historic St. Felix Catholic Center, and it's open for retreats. Located in Huntington, Indiana, on 30 scenic acres with plenty of recreational areas and a serene Blessed Mother Grotto. St. Felix Catholic Center is the perfect location for a single day of prayer or overnight retreat. The former home of Venerable Solanus Casey. Come visit today. Plan your visit at sfcatholiccenter.com. We're caught up. Wow.
What a ball game, Kenny. It's 24-24 here in Columbia City. In New Haven at the half. 19-19.
Oh my.
So we got two excellent ball games. What's interesting in this ball game of Columbia City has 10 baskets. 4 of them are threes. Columbia City only had 4 baskets in the entire second quarter, but they were all threes. So 12 points in the second quarter. Brackenhazen, who's going to Central Florida, only has 2 points. His brother Parker has 8. And for Bishop Luers, the young man that had to play reserves all year, you can see why Luers couldn't. They were licking their chops waiting for Antoine Berry. He has 13 points. And Luers looked like, I don't know if it was disinterested. They thought the game started at 6:15 because they didn't start playing right away. And once they started playing, Kenny, they took it to Columbia City.
Yeah, they called the timeout at, 10-2 or something. And from that point on, they outscored Luers 22-12.
The one thing that the Columbia City fans, I don't have to tell them, foul shots. 8 free throws shot by Luers. 0 for Columbia City. So Luers has made only 4 out of 8. Columbia City, sometimes when we watch games like this, I just have a sneaky hunch a little more fouls will go on Luers this second half. Columbia City just had a real hard time with that. The height all of a sudden, the length of Bishop Luers and the press.
Yeah, and the Hazen brothers, they played a serious inside-out game that first 3 or 4 minutes. They called the timeout. They switched defenses, went to a zone, and made sure Banks was shadowing whichever Hazen happened to be running the baseline, and that took them right out of that ball game. If it wasn't for Parrish draining them threes, Luers would have a nice little lead now. But Parrish has not missed. He has just dead eye, and he's hit it from 4 different spots on the floor. So it's going to be an interesting second half. Let's go to a 2-minute break, and we'll try and analyze what we're doing. Oh, wait a minute. I got to tell you about Dr. Briscoe, one of my favorite dentists of all time. And if you can hear this game, it's thanks to our communications sponsor, Dr. Todd and Mrs. Mary Briscoe, and the Briscoe Family Dentistry. Their generous financial support helps make this Redeemer Radio Sport broadcast possible. Need emergency dental care? Call Dr. Briscoe at 486-9950. That's 486-9950. Now let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back. You're listening to 106.3 FM, WRDF, Columbia City, Fort Wayne. Thank you. Welcome to your home.
Not a second to spare. At First Federal Bank, we know that's how you feel when running your business. You need banking solutions that make the most of your precious time. We offer tailored solutions to help you manage your cash flow and services designed to streamline your paperwork, all with your time in mind. Call me, Tracy Bodan, at 260-432-0022 to learn how you can feel like you have a personal bookkeeper working for you around the clock, or visit first-fed.com. First Federal Bank, better together. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Tri-State Warehousing is one of the most complete service-oriented companies in the warehousing field today. Located in Fort Wayne, Tri-State Warehousing is a 50,000 square foot dry and temperature-controlled storage facility, serving 2/3 of the continental U.S. with overnight rail service. The dedicated staff and specialty services of Tri-State Warehousing are known throughout the industry. For great things in store, call Tri-State Warehousing, 260-436-2010. That's 260-436-2010.
We're all searching for answers, searching for meaning in our life. But the world and the culture give us empty solutions and empty promises. We know there is more to life because we're searching for the real truth and a real meaning. You can stop searching because you found Jesus Christ at His Catholic Church. Redeemer Radio. Welcome home to your family of faith.
There's a new dining experience in Fort Wayne, just waiting to be discovered by sports fans everywhere. Newly remodeled The Lodge, located in the Coyote Creek Golf Club, is open to the public, offering great daily lunch and dinner specials. Bring the family in to enjoy our spacious family room after the game. The Lodge is proud to support Bishop Dwenger and Bishop Luers football. Come celebrate the W's with their friendly staff. The Lodge is located at 4935 Hillegas Road. To save your table for after the game, call 260-203-3154.
And we're back at Columbia City High School. The Columbia City Eagles and Bishop Luers Knights, semifinal game of the sectional play. All knotted up at 24. And before I forget, Bob, you got an update from New Haven and the Bishop Dwenger Saints.
19-19 at the half, Kenny. So we got a 24-24 tie here in Columbia City. And New Haven's Dwenger and New Haven. And New Haven beat them by, around 10 to 12 points early in the year at Dwenger. I would think just New Haven's just a loaded ball club. But this is, Dwenger probably likes, if they can keep it low scoring, with the athleticism of New Haven, Dwenger will want to keep their game low scoring.
Well, we got less than a minute. Chris Benedict is the coach of the Columbia City Eagles. What do you think he told his troops in the locker room?
He's got to keep running their offense. They got to change it up a little with Luers going zone, keep moving the ball around, and, of course, look for Cooper Parrish, and they got to do a little better job against Luers inside on the boards and also the way Luers runs their defense.
You got 30 seconds. J.J. Foster, go.
He's got to just keep hammering away on the boards, getting a lot better looks. There for a while, their offense was stagnant, as was the whole team, but they really got the wake-up call. Luers has got to play defense without fouling. A lot of fouls on Columbia City in the first half. I have a hunch that's going to change. And Luers has just got to do a lot better on the boards and make that press really pay off for him.
Hubcap Express is the expert in run flat tires and plus size fitment. They are our third quarter sponsor. If you need your wheels straightened, Hubcap Express fixes bent wheels. So for all your tire needs, you can give them a visit at Hubcap Express. They hang out at 606 West Coliseum Boulevard and on the web at hubcapexpress.com. Columbia City has the basketball to start the second half.
Both teams back to their original starting lineups.
They dump it down in the corner, and they're swinging around the shell. Well, sort of. Now they're going to dribble it. Benedict gets it over to Hazen. Hazen down inside, foul on Sidney Curry. They go right back to what they started with in the game. They got it down from Brockton to Parker Hazen and Curry. I think that's just an identical play to start the game. Didn't Curry foul him like the 15 seconds ago to start the game?
And Luers had 4 fouls in the entire first quarter. We've played 18 seconds, and they already have a foul. Sometimes when fouls go one way on one half, they change in the second half. So that's something to watch.
First free throw of the game shot by Columbia City is a miss. So it's still a tied ball game. We got to keep an eye on this one. Sidney Curry, that's his third foul of the ball game.
Parker Hazen had 8 points, and they were all in the first quarter.
Second free throw is also no good. And a rebound slapped out of bounds by Warwick. It's going to stay Bishop Luers' possession. So, missed 2 free throws. In a game like today, that could be big.
Looks like Columbia City setting up in the zone. Luers got to move that ball around. Good pass, and Kenny, get that zone moving and see what they can do here in the second half.
Walker to Foster to Banks. Banks can shoot the 3. Ooh, he shot a little bit too hard.
That's not the shot I don't think they wanted right away.
Easy by Brock and Hazen that time. He gets it forward to Benedict. Benedict over the timeline, picked up by Walker. They dump it down to the baseline, fire it right back up to the top of the key, and then they give it off to Warwick, left wing, and over to Brockton. Brockton still tries the baseline. He's cut off by Berry nicely. They got Curry hanging out on Warwick. They're playing a 2-man game out there. Berry's not moving much. He's got the throw up, kind of rough one, and Banks pulls down the rebound for the Bishop Luers. Nice defense that time. Berry thinks about going to the baseline, says nope, has to get back to Walker left wing. Walker's going to slowly dribble it out in between the circles, fire it over to Foster. Foster can shoot from there, but he decides not to. Shoots it back over to Walker.
Luers needs to put somebody at the foul line.
Walker to Berry. Berry is outside the arc. Walker, top of the key. Shoots it over to Berry again. Berry puts it up in the air. Oh, way short.
I don't think three-pointers his cup of tea.
Brockton Hazen. Well, he made that last one at the end of the quarter, so he's probably a little extra confident. Bounce pass down inside. They're going to throw it all the way to Parrish. Parrish going to swing it around the shell. Warwick, top of the key. Over to Brockton. Brockton going to drive and a foul on J.J. Foster. They had a huge mismatch there. That's what they were looking for.
Again, Kenny, 2 fouls on Bishop Luers in 2 minutes, and they had 4 in the entire first half.
You know, Columbia City's probably focusing on driving and trying to get to the iron a little bit more.
And they're doing a nice job doing that.
Instead of passing it down inside, they're going to drive inside there. They triggered into Matt Benedict. Benedict looked for somebody to relieve it to. It's Brockton. Brockton gets it down inside to Parker. Parker dumps it back to Parrish. Parrish misses the first 3 for the night after making the first 4 Curry on the
Luers
rebound.
is hoping he doesn't hit them all night.
JJ quickly down the floor, gets to Berry. Berry dumps it inside to Banks. Banks puts it up.
Nice tip by Banks. He never gives up on the rebounding.
And you know, you don't see a tip all that often. The Knights 26-24 leaders here at 5.
And Jordan Banks is not a little man. He's a big guy, and he really got off his feet.
Yeah, you're not going to move him physically. So 5:45 on the clock, and Columbia City breaks the press. They get it down on their offensive end of the floor. Warwick has the basketball. He's kind of picked it up, gets it down to Parker. Parker to Parrish. Parrish has Warrior Walker right in his grill. Brockton, easy. Got
That's the first basket he had since the first quarter. You can see why he's such a good ball player. He went right to the hole on that one.
Ray Walker with the basketball. Hands it over to Banks. JJ feigns the 3. And a no-look pass over the top of the hill. Not with these tall guys. He got away with it. And
Banks got fouled again. He's already shot 4 free throws.
Banks put up about a 14-footer, but it was so wide left it was kind of obvious he got fouled. Benedict guilty of the personal foul. That's his 3rd of the ball game. So another guy in potential foul trouble for Columbia City this time. And Jordan Banks strolls to the free throw line. We got 5:14 on the clock, 3rd period action. With 2 very evenly matched teams here at Columbia City Sectional. Curry down, Cook up.
5 points for Jordan Banks, and he is 4 out of 5 from the foul line. Missed his first one. He's been perfect on the next 4.
He takes his time, that's for sure.
Antoine Berry giving hand signals of what they want on the press here.
And it's good, 28-26. And boy, they're going to trap the basketball. And they did a nice job that time. Benedict ran to the center of the floor, but he got trapped. They get it over the timeline to Brockton. Brockton tries to go baseline, and it's slapped out of bounds by Bishop Luers. So Ray Walker using a little bit of that speed. There's a guy we haven't heard much from this game. He could be kind of a little secret weapon here.
Walker and Foster are jitterbugs. They're on defense. They're all over the floor right now.
They get it down in the corner to Parrish.
Oh, nice move.
Inside, and a nice fit with Brockton Hazen.
You can see why Central Florida wants this kid. He's a heck of a shooter.
J.J. Foster over to Walker to Cook. Any one of those 3 guys can drain the 3 at about any time they want. Walker still looking at that zone. So J.J.'s going to shoot over the top of the zone and count it. 3 for J.J. Foster.
You don't want to wake up J.J. Foster. That's his first 3. He has 7 points, and he could hit a couple of them in a row the way he shoots.
31-28. They throw it over the top this time. Warwick breaks the press, but Banks says, come on in. He turns around and goes the other direction. So Benedict gets it to.
There's a charge. There's a charge. That's a great play by Banks. The fans don't like it, but it's a charge.
Banks stood his ground, and he was there a good step and a half before Hayes got in there.
And Columbia City's coaching staff is not happy and called timeout.
And we will too. Let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to 106.3 FM WRDF, Columbia City, Fort Wayne.
Shawnee Construction and Engineering is proud to support tonight's game. We specialize in commercial and industrial construction and use unique life cycle principles to provide our clients the highest quality craftsmanship for the life of the project. Shawnee Construction and Engineering are partners with you for lifetime savings. We can be found at ShawneeConstruction.com or at 260-489-1234. That's 260-489-1234.
And we're back at Columbia City High School. 31-28 to score. The Knights are up by 3, and they're going to have the basketball.
when you look at Bishop Luers, Kenny, you sort of think that they're an offensive juggernaut. They score 65 points a game, but they can play defense, and defense has got them the lead here.
Walker takes it over the timeline, flips it to the right side to Cook. Lazy bounce pass back to Walker, bounce pass to JJ. That's where he hit his 3.
Oh, nice pass.
Tries to dump it inside the Banks, lost control of it, and it's going to go Columbia City's way. So a good draw up on the board, just not quite executed the way Coach Foster Sr. decided.
Luers only had 3 turnovers in the entire first half, and that's their first one right now.
Parker Hazen throws over the top of Warwick. Warwick's going to take on. No, he's not. That's twice. Banks
is really moving his feet.
Kind of growled at him, and he turns around and goes the other way. Benedict dumps it down low to Hazen. Hazen puts it up and then count it.
They found a weak link on defense, and Hazen's going to take it right to Bishop Luers. That was a big play by Columbia City.
And they're going to call that foul on Blaine Cook. So that's a good thing because Jordan Banks already has a couple fouls on him. He doesn't want to get any deeper. Cook out, and Jason Davis checks into the lineup.
Parker Hazen has 10 points. He's missed 2 free throws. He hits this one. We got ourselves a tie again.
31-30 currently. This one's in the air.
That looks like his only weakness is free throw shooting.
And Ray Walker just said, here, watch me go.
Oh, what a move. And he's fouled. What a move by Ray Walker.
Well, that was speed.
Kenny, you blink and he's down on the other end.
He stopped on the accelerator pedal and went flying in there. And he's going to shoot a couple of free throws. That's going to be going against Matt Benedict. That's his 4th.
My wife will hate me on this one. I always say the same thing. He's so quick, he can get in the refrigerator before the light comes on.
Didn't they say that about the catcher in the old Negro Leagues? He was so fast, he could turn off the light switch and be out before the light was out, or in bed before the light was out or something. Who was that? I forget. We'll think about it later.
Ray Walker's 1 out of 1 from the foul line.
31-30. And Walker fires up the second free throw, and it's good. So 32-31, excuse me, is the score. And it's Knights up by 1. Full court press tips the basketball out of bounds, and it's going to remain Columbia City's direction. And Sidney Curry caught it on the bench and going to give him the basketball back.
You know, Kenny, they're wrong on the board because I got 30 points.
They got it.
Yeah.
33-30 now. I thought something was kind of fishy.
Coach J.J. Foster let him know.
Yeah. So it's 33-30. Luers up by 3. Columbia City gets it in. Greeted by choking pressure. Well, they're going to try and trap the basketball. They got Hazen. Picks it up in the backcourt and just about lost it. Picked it up for himself. Throws it to Parrish in the corner. Walker says, So throw it over to Warwick. Warwick at the top of the key. Over to Brockton. He's to Parrish, and they've decided to Walker, and he stole it. Walker, he goes up the left hand. He's got an easy one, and he does.
That's 4 points for Walker. Another timeout, Columbia City. And Columbia City has not seen the defensive intensity or quickness all year like Luers has given to them.
Let's take another 30-second break. You're listening to WRDF 106.3 FM, Columbia City, Fort Wayne.
He has counted to infinity twice. He once set a land speed record on a surfboard. Bruce Springsteen calls him the boss. He is the most fascinating man alive.
I don't always buy diamonds, but when I do, I prefer Peter Franklin Jewelers. Stay sparkly, my friend.
We're back, fans. 35-30, the Knights up by 5. Quick update, 4 play starts. The Bulldogs 32, the Knights 27, middle of the third out of New Haven as that semifinal game for our Saints.
Luers outscored Columbia City here 11-6.
Parrish with a 3. Count it.
I cannot believe they're not guarding him. That's 15. J.J. Foster, the coach, has got to be upset on that play.
That is definitely a design play as they got it to him in the on the right wing, and he was wide open. 3 minutes even to go here. The Knights up by 2, and they're going to hold the basketball a little bit.
See if they get them out of their zone. Luers has got the lead. This is the way Carroll plays sometimes.
J.J. does draw him on a little bit of defensive pressure. Flings it over the right side to Walker. In the corner to Banks. Way back out the top to J.J. And they're going to stare at each other again.
Luers got the lead, so they can dictate what happens here.
This time Parrish crawls out there. They give it to Walker. Walker jacks up a 3.
Oh, my God. Ray Walker. When you get a 3 from Ray, that's extra bonus. And now he's got 7 points. And he hadn't scored at all in this quarter, in the whole game.
Parker Hazen has the basketball, doing a little bit of extra dribble. He's going to get his pocket picked. He's got Walker on him. And
they call it a foul, but that's still good defense. However you cut it, very good defense by Ray Walker.
2:19 on the clock after Ray Walker's first foul of the ball game and only the fourth on the Bishop Luers Knights. And I was really surprised Parker Hayes was going to try and out-dribble him. I think he was about one dribble away from getting his pocket picked.
I was a little critical of Ray Walker. He plays great defense, but had not scored. Well, he really woke up, and he's got 7 points this quarter.
Klimek with the basketball. Spencer Klimek, the 6-foot guard, coming in line for Columbia City. He gets the top of the key to Parker Hayes. Single dribble, no place to go. They give it to Warwick. Warwick don't shoot. They get it down inside. Shot up is good. Counted for Parker Hayes.
They know where their bread and butter is, Kenny. In crunch time, you go to Bracken Hazen. He's got 6 points.
They called that
this
foul
quarter.
on Ray Walker, Bob. So that's his second in a matter of one trip down the floor.
5 fouls already on Bishop Luers, and Columbia City's taking the ball inside to the young man going to Central Florida.
38-35 the score. Free throws on the way. Make it 38-36.
Every time Luers gets a nice 4 or 5 point lead, Columbia City. No quit to Columbia City Eagles.
You're playing on your home floor, so you got that advantage of the 6th man helping you out a little bit.
And a great crowd here tonight.
Fans are pretty good fans. Walker gives it back to Foster. Foster way out. He's a high left wing. Throws it over the top to Walker. Walker's greeted by the 2 guards on the zone. They get it down inside to Banks. Banks puts it up, no good. Rebound tip, Banks, no good. Rebound Parker Hayes. Move, popped him with an elbow, no call. Forward to Klemke. Klemke gets it over the timeline. Tries to fake everybody out. Just decides to give it to Brocken Hayes. And Brocken goes inside the lane.
Just use the elbow to push off.
Yep, they're trying to see what they can get away with here. And so far they're letting them play. Warwick with a basketball. Bob said he hadn't shot all night. You know what? I think you're exactly right. Gives it to Klemke. Klemke back to Hazen. Back to Klemke. From the right side to Warwick. Warwick's looking for somebody to run the baseline. They did, but he's covered, so they have to give it a hand off to Brocken. Brocken drives inside. The basketball slapped out of the passing lane by Banks.
Luers got very quick hands on defense. Columbia City makes very good passes. Normally they're good passes, but not against a team like Luers.
Bracken tried to find Parker, and Banks would have none of it that time. 1:01 on the clock, third period. Columbia City still has the basketball, and they're down by 2, 38-36. Warwick dumps it down on the baseline. Gets around Banks, puts it up, over, does it. Berry rips the rebound off the iron, and the Knights survive a trip down the floor with 45 seconds to go and the basketball, and I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get the last shot here.
The Hazen brothers are very good ball players for Columbia City tonight.
J.J. Foster with a couple of dribble fakes, a couple of head fakes, got inside, decided to run and kick it back out to Berry. And then Foster now, he can dribble in.
Too much dribbling.
Got him into trouble. Warwick takes it away from him.
Too much dribbling by J.J. Foster that time.
But J.J. takes
he stole it right back, Kenny.
It back away from Brocken Hazen. He's got 20 seconds to go. Now he's double teamed on the sideline. And got a lot of traffic going over there, and I'm sure that's a timeout.
Good timeout for J.J. Foster, the dad. He saw they were in trouble. Now they're a smart move by Bishop Luers. They're going to bring in Sidney Curry.
18.5 to go. We're going to stay right here, although it is third period, 38-36. And a little bit of good coaching by J.J. Foster Sr. saved the possession. Did cost him a timeout, but at this point in the ball game, every possession is very precious. 5
baskets by Columbia City this quarter, and again, one of them is from Cooper Parrish. 1 of 5 3-pointers. Bishop Luers has 14 points this quarter, 12 for Columbia City. Columbia City has only made 1 out of 4 free throws. That could hurt them down the stretch.
18.5. Ray Walker going to trigger the basketball in.
Luers got their scorers out on the floor.
J.J. Foster behind the back, gets inside.
He's out of control. Out of control. They're going to call a foul on Columbia City.
And this is the foul actually away from the basketball, it looks like. No shot. They're going to call that foul on Spencer Klimek, and he is must have given somebody a heave-ho. And I was watching the basketball, Bob, so I didn't even see the play, to be honest with you.
I don't know why.
Cook in for Curry. That's a 3-point shooter. 13.1 on the clock. The Knights up by 2, and they have the basketball underneath their own hoop.
It'll probably go right back to J.J. Foster here at the end.
They got it to J.J. He backs up, looks at things. 8, 7.
Barry wants the ball.
J.J.'s going to jack up a 3 from downtown. No good. Rebound Columbia City. They got time to get a shot up. Stop, pop,
Oh, looked good. That was a good look.
Yep, hit the back of there and it popped out. So we're going to have to take a 1-minute break here, and you're listening to the Bishop Luers Knights on WRDS 106.3 FM, Columbia City, Fort Wayne.
Here's a money-saving tip from Momper, the #1 name in insulation since 1956. Exposed attic ceiling joists and ductwork, or new snow that quickly melts off your roof, means you need to add insulation. We'll fill empty sidewall cavities with insulation, even through masonry, aluminum, or vinyl siding with no unsightly holes. Plus, we'll seal your crawl space with urethane foam for a total insulation package. Call Momper now for a free, no-obligation energy analysis of your home.
You can help support your Catholic parish or school with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. You'll not only enjoy excellent personal service and save money with your new loan or credit card, you'll also be giving money back to the participating parish or school you care about. Let Notre Dame Federal Credit Union elevate all participating parishes or schools. Elevate can be reached at 844-230-6611 or visit us online at ndelevate.com. Independent from the university.
Our fourth quarter sponsor of this barn burner tonight is Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Help you support your Catholic parish or school and help yourself in the process with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. Call Elevate at 844-230-6611 or visit them on the web at NotreDameElevate.com to learn more.
Columbia City back and a man-to-man. The Luers Knights run a weave. They get it down inside to Curry.
Oh, and he missed it. That was a nice pass.
Put it up just a little bit too quick, and Brocken Hazen pulls the rebound down. And a little bit of man-to-man pressure in the backcourt. Bechtel with the basketball. He's guarded by Walker. They get it over the timeline. And Chris Benedict is hollering at his troops to get somewhere. Both the Hazens up high post. Bounce it to Warwick. She shot it, Bob, and that's why they don't shoot it. Way
oh,
short.
Boy, that's close.
Long rebound.
Good hustle by Warwick.
Snatched his own rebound, and they're going to get another crack at it here. Bechtel with the basketball. Bounces it down inside to Brocken. Brocken, couple of head fakes. Walker comes over, knocks it loose. Brocken ends up getting it back, gets it to Parker. Parker cut off at the baseline.
He's out of bounds.
Stepped on the baseline. No.
Oh, I thought they caught him out of bounds.
They're going to call something on somebody. Let's see.
I thought he was up.
I'm not sure what the call is here.
I'm not either.
They're going to give the ball to Columbia City down on baseline. No foul called. 3 on the way. Parrish count it. All they can do is shoot 3, and he does it like a professional. It's 39-38.
He's got 8 of them, Kenny, or 6 of them, and 18 points.
Warwick just took the basketball away from Barry. Flipped it to Parker, who hands it over to Bechtel, and over the timeline they come. To the left side, Parker Hazen. That's for Warwick. Warwick tries to dump it down inside to Brocken. Brocken cut off on the baseline, double team.
That's not a good shot that time.
Fighting for the basketball. He is out scrapping everybody. Loose ball. Walker picks it up. He's got one guy. He's got one behind him.
Nice hustle by Columbia City. Great hustle by.
It's going to be the Luers basketball. Here comes Cook. He's going to take Barry's place. Barry is winded.
What hustle by Jordan Bechtel. He saved a layup there.
He sure did. 39-38, Columbia City up by 1. The Knights have the basketball. 6:25 left in regulation here. And nobody's really getting free. Now Banks, he's outside the
Curry
arc.
wants the ball. He needs to get that ball inside.
Walker slides to the baseline, puts up a polite little left-hander. No good.
Not the shot Luers wanted.
City was up for the rebound that time. This time Warwick pulls it down. They give it over to Cooper Parrish, the three-point specialist, and they get it forward to Parker Hazen. Hazen guarded by Curry. They got the whole left side cleared for him, and he just went right around Curry.
Oh, they're calling a foul on Walker. I don't know about that one.
And that was a ticky-tack foul. They're going to give him 2 shots.
And they're letting him shoot. That's a tough call there.
Sidney Curry did a nice job defensively on the front side. Walker tried to sneak in on the backside, and it just didn't quite work.
Brocken Hazen has 9 points, 1 out of 1 from the foul line. If they hit both of them, all of a sudden Luers going to find themselves down 3, and they haven't been down too much here in the second half.
And Parker staying 6'7". He's one of the lone juniors on the football. Now he went about 12.5 and 13 feet and barely grazed in front of the iron. So 39-38, the score remains. Cook down, Barry back up.
Kenny, I was wrong. I gave it to the wrong Hazen. Parker is 0 out of 4 from the foul line.
Yeah, and,
so maybe this is who you want at the foul line.
and he looks uncomfortable with that one. That finally finds the mark. So it's 40-38. A little 4-point run for the Columbia City Eagles, and they fall back into their zone.
Luers needs a good possession here.
A young man standing up. Foster drives. He's fouled on the shot. At 5:48. Cooper Parrish shielded that foul. It's his first of the ball game. That's the fifth call against the Columbia City Eagles. So the fouls are relatively even, 6-5. Luers has 6, and Columbia City has 5.
JJ has 7 points, first 2 times at the foul line.
And the first one is up and good.
He's one of the best free throw shooters in the area. So between JJ Foster and Ray Walker, you don't want to foul either one of those young men.
1-point spread, and it can be close to a tie ball game here. It's up, looks good, and it is. Timeout? No, not a timeout. That's a fist in hand sign.
Whoever has the ball last, Kenny's going to win this thing.
They get it forward to Warwick. Warwick bounce pass it out to Parker. Fires it back up to Warwick. And Brockett comes out, relieves the valve. Parrish has the basketball, fires it over to Jordan Bechtel.
Luers in the zone.
Picks it up. He's in a little
That's
bit
a
of trouble.
5 count. 5 count. Yep, they just called it. They just called it. That's a 5 count.
And we got Curry and Warwick getting a little bit of chippy out on the floor. The referees told them to knock it off.
Again, this game's going to go right down to the wire, and I think whoever has the ball last going to win this. This is a great ball game.
40 all Walker with the basketball, high right wing. Fakes out the defender. Got to the baseline. He's cut off the baseline and gives it to Curry.
That's his spot. That's his spot. He loves to shoot the 3.
And I see that here comes the press again. I figured out one sign all year long, and I just figured it out. They threw it forward to Warwick. They broke the press nicely that time.
10 points for Jordan Banks.
Parker, high left wing. Dribbles it 3 times, gives it over to Brocken. Brocken gets it back to Parker, and he is fouled on the way in. And slashing to the basket aggressively. A couple of Luers players like to see a jump ball called, but they're going to call a personal foul. This one on Banks, I believe. And that's the 7th team foul on Bishop Luers. 2nd foul on Banks. 43-40, Luers up by 3.
11 points for Parker, but he's 1 out of 5 from the foul line.
And make it 1 out of 6.
His free throws is really hurting him.
Matt Benedict checks back in the lineup. He'll spell Jordan Bechtel for Columbia City. Everything stands pat for Bishop Luers. Now, Bob, I've got one sign. When you see Foster do this, put his fist in his hand, that's what that timeout fooled us a couple of weeks ago. That means he's looking for the full court press.
Columbia City, 2 out of 7 from the foul line, and mostly Parker Hazen. He hit that one.
So it's 43-41, 4:50 left in regulation. Curry with the basketball, triggers it into Walker. No pressure, and here we go over the timeline. Ray dribbles it behind his back, and everybody sets the offense up. JJ pops out the right side.
I think JJ thinks he can go any time and take him one-on-one.
And he started to, and he got cut off by a outside defense. Sidney's just begging for the ball on the inside. They get it out to Banks. Now Sidney's going to try and pull his way in. And
they didn't call a foul, and that was a smart play on Sidney Curry.
Parker Hazen fell. He tried to buy one there, I think. 45-41, the Knights up by 4.
Luers needs to stop and get the ball back, and they'll be in a little better shape here.
Columbia City's having trouble getting the ball over the timeline. They finally do, just about lose it to Benedict. And if they go out and guard him, I think they can take it right away from him. Throw it over to Parker. He's top. Benedict. They're playing pitch and catch out by the timeline, actually.
They got to find, Luers got to find Cooper Parrish. JJ's lost him a couple times.
He's bouncing around on the inside right at the minute. They're going to float down Benedict down to the baseline. They find Parrish. Hazen, high left wing. Oh, they left him go. Boom! That'll get the crowd going.
He might not hit his free throw, but he sure is good dunker. That was a beautiful play.
It sure was. 45-43 your score. It still only counts for 2, and the Knights are up by 2 themselves.
He has 12 points.
Basketball left wing. Gets the top key to Barry. Right side over to Foster. Foster thinking about going and changes his mind, gives it over to Walker. Walker, he's thinking about going. He does go. He gets inside.
Oh, that's a bad turnover for Luers.
And Parker Hazen grabs the rock and gives it up to Benedict. And there's a timeout, injury timeout, a referee's timeout, actually. And he checked with Cooper Parrish, who's walking around with a limp. He must have took a knee to a thigh or something. He's not moving. quite as gingerly as he has.
Luers had 3 turnovers in the entire first half. They have 4 here in the second half. Columbia City had 7, and they've cut it down to 2 in the second half. Luers in the zone, Kenny.
Benedict with a basketball to throw it over the side to Hazen. And it is indeed a 2-3 zone by the...
Curry just got hit in the nose by accident.
Yeah, I'm sure. It happens.
They're really bouncing Curry around right now. He's got to be cool.
It's off of inside to Warwick. Warwick loses control, and they're going to say it's Columbia City basketball.
Oh, I thought that was off Columbia City.
2:53 left in regulation. 45-43. Your Knights are up by a pair.
Crunch time in this ball game.
Columbia City has the basketball underneath their own hoop. They lob it into Brockton. They throw it all the way around. Nope, they're going to hold it to the right wing. Oh, they get it inside to work. He's at the high right post. He almost got his pocket pick. Oh, Foster jumped up and down and did not foul him. Pretty good body control that time. They get it down low. And
Curry went for the steal. That wasn't the best idea. That gave him a wide open layup.
Yeah, Banks had to come over and foul him. He did not make the layup. That's Banks' 3rd foul of the ball game. He's been playing a really good ball game inside. Because he's fighting 2 or 3 really big guys on the inside between Warwick and the Hazens.
This will be Parker Hazen's 8th and 9th free throws, Kenny, and he's made 2 of them. It's hard to believe he's shot so many tonight.
And this one's up, but good.
He's hitting them when he needs them.
Carson Reed checked into the lineup for Columbia City.
He has 15 points, Parker Hazen.
And he's going to spell Matt Benedict. An interesting change in the lineup at 2:38 in the 4th quarter for Chris Benedict and the Columbia City Eagles.
2.5 minutes to go, and we could have a tie if he hits his free throw.
Second one is up and good.
Wow, what a ball game here. Again, right down to the nitty-gritty here at the end.
We get it to JJ, and JJ is going to bring it over the timeline.
The crowd's really
Columbia
into
City.
it on Columbia City's side.
Back to a man-to-man defense. JJ just get over the timeline, stops, and it is a tie ball game. We need to get going at 2:25.
They could get him on the 5 seconds.
Almost out-dribbled himself. He gets it inside, floats one over to Curry.
Oh, nice block. Nice block. What a play by
Rockin' Hazen.
He's a senior, and he's big-time players make big-time plays, and he sure did at that time.
Curry went up for the dunk, and Hazen said, not in my house. Slapped it out of bounds. So JJ
Banks wants the ball inside, and there's a foul. Yep, you could see that coming. He wanted that.
Rocket Hazen guilty of the personal foul. That's 6 now on Columbia City. And that will be Bracken's 3rd. So, same play. We got the basketball underneath their own hoop. Tie ball game, 2:15 on the clock.
Nobody's moving for Luers off the
JJ's
side.
looking for somebody.
Oh, and
it's Barry.
into
Barry's
Barry.
triple teams. He gets it back out to JJ. We're going to reset the offense. So, they tried to get the easy one. Didn't work. JJ drives, puts up a floater.
Good rebound by Curry. Oh, he got another block. Another block.
Parker Hazen blocked it. And
Wow.
Hazen blocked it. Excuse me. Parker comes down with it. And they're going to pick his pocket.
He just got fouled. He's going to shoot free throws.
Rocket Hazen handled the basketball in between 3. Good before his night. He got fouled on by Foster. It looked like they were going to pick his pocket, and they called the foul.
Sidney Curry, 6'7" freshman. And Bracken Hazen, 6'8" senior, having a great duo here. Hazen's 1 out of 1 from the foul line, has 9 points, and he only had 2 in the first quarter.
45 all at 1:55 here in the 4th quarter.
He's your money player, Kenny, and that's what money players do.
Made the first one, 46-45.
10 points for Bracken Hazen. Luers needs to box out and good timeout by J.J. Foster.
We're going to take a 1-minute break, and so are we. With the score 46-45, Columbia City up 1. You're listening to WRDF. 106.3 FM, Columbia City, Fort Wayne.
Are you looking for an orthopedic specialist? Ortho Northeast has been serving the community for over 50 years with offices in 3 convenient locations. Look for the location nearest you. Dr. John Pritchard is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon with 20 years of experience with OME and can assist you with the best treatment plan for your knee or shoulder pain. Dr. John Pritchard is looking forward to meeting you and helping with all orthopedic needs. Call Dr. Pritchard at 260-484-8551 or visit the web at www.orthone.com.
Hello, I'm Tom Steele with Tom Steele Tire and Auto Repair, a family-owned business for over 35 years. We carry all major brands of new tires as well as a large selection of quality used tires to save you money. We do all types of auto repairs, be it brakes, alignment, or just fix your air conditioning. Tom Steele Tire, North Clinton or Illinois Road. Give us a try. You'll be glad you did.
Back fans, fourth quarter, 1:55 in regulation. Brockett Hazen steps up the free throw line for one. Columbia City's up by one, 46-45.
That's a big free throw for Hazen.
Made the second one, so it's 47-45, and the clock is running, and here come the Bishop Luers Knights.
Hazen has 11 points, and this is as big a possession as Luers had their entire season.
JJ comes over the timeline, double high post, they give it to Banks. Banks fakes everybody out, steps the back, shoots a 17-footer.
Nice rebound by Curry, and he's fouled. Oh, I thought he was fouled.
No good. Rebound the other side.
Oh, he is fouled that time. Curry would never give up there.
The Knights crashed the board, and Barry finally got the weak side rebound. Curry just trying too hard. Just trying too hard because he's getting everything right except putting it in the hole. So Barry shoots a couple of free throws, and the foul is on Carson Reed, who just came into the ballgame, so that's his first.
Barry has 13 points, Kenny, but he hasn't scored since halftime. And he's not the best free throw shooter, but he is now.
And he made that one. Matt Benedict back in the lineup, Carson Reed down. No changes for the Bishop Luers Knights.
13 points for Barry at halftime. This is his only point in the fourth quarter. But he gets this, and these are two big free throws, and he makes this one.
That one is good. Tie ball game.
Remember, we said it'll come right down to the end. That's not too hard to predict. It's such a well-played game by two classy teams and two classy programs.
Rocking with the basketball, having trouble getting it over the timeline. They do throw it over the top of Warwick.
Wow.
Bangs into Barry. They get it to Parker. Parker's going to fling it to the right side. Parrish.
Good timeout by Coach Benedict.
Wow, well, that kind of surprised me because they had a nice run going and they had an open lane.
And they were moving the ball side to side and had Luers in some trouble. Coach Foster's probably happy of that timeout.
47 all with a 1:20 to go. A quick update from New Haven, 41-39. The Bulldogs are up. Nope, I just got another texting. One of the things, a tie ball game at New Haven between the Bulldogs and the Saints with 10.3 to go.
10.3 in the game, and the score is
tied
tied.
Here, 47-47 with 1:20 to go. So all the Catholic schools are tied everywhere. So it's 1:20 here, 47-47. Columbia City looked like they had a good offensive step there and called timeout. So sometimes a little bit aggressive in the flow of the ball game. And Coach Benedict decided he's going to slow things down just a smidgen. And I'm sure he's going to draw up a play for one of the bigs down on the inside.
They are 8 out of 12 from the foul line. And Parker Hazen has missed 4, but all of a sudden, Kenny, he's hit like 3 or 4 in a row. So this is an easy bet. The ball is going to go to one of the Hazens because Luers has had trouble stopping them all night. I think what Luers is going to want to do on defense, see if they can get that either a steal or that 5 seconds. The way they play defense, they could get one of those two very easily.
We got Parker high and Brazen low. Brazen just got denied, so we get to Warwick. Warwick in the corner.
Barry's guarding Brazen.
Hand it off to Benedict. Benedict swings around. He gets to the top of the key to Parrish. Don't let him shoot. My God, he's lights out. So top of the key to Parker. Parker to Benedict. Benedict to Warwick. Warwick with 1 minute even, cut off the baseline. Flip it over the left side to Brazen. He picks up his dribble. Flips it over to Warwick.
Banks is all over Hazen right now. Could get a foul on this play.
And there we go. They get it inside.
Oh, what a move. And he's fouled on top of it.
Parker Hazen. Yeah, nice up and under move on Banks. 49-47. Reed in. And Benedict out. That's a defense for offense substitution for the Columbia City Eagles.
Hazen has 18 points and 8 this quarter.
48.5 on the clock. It stopped. The free throw is up in the air. And
that's a big free throw, and now they're down 3. Kenny Luers with 48 seconds. They need a bucket and then a timeout.
And Walker for the basketball. Couple of head fakes, tries to get it inside, hands it off to JJ. Reed guarding JJ.
They don't need a 3.
JJ stop and go move.
Oh, good defense play.
Put it up. Wild.
Oh, there's an offensive. Oh my God. I thought they caught a foul.
Oh, they did. It should be on Parker Hazen because he knocked JJ flat.
And they called the foul on
JJ.
JJ.
So hard. Parker's turned to make sure that Walker was okay.
That's sort of a cheap call there.
Yeah. He knew he hit him a ton. When a ball player goes and looks at the guy he just hit and said, "Are you okay?" You know he's guilty of sin. Overtime in New Haven, by the way.
This is the 11th and 12th free throw for Parker Hazen, and he's made 5 out of 10.
32 seconds on the clock.
And 19 points for Parker, and 20, and each point he makes, it's tightening that loose around Luers' neck right now. Luers has played a heck of a ball game, but we're getting the nitty-gritty time, and free throw lines winning Columbia City right now.
51-47 your score. Second free throw is on the way, and it's good.
Another big free throw. Luers is down 5, and they got to hurry.
Luers needs a bucket quick. Bucket a defensive stop. Walker with a couple stops.
Jordan Banks, a good three-point shooter. And now a timeout. Yep, good call.
The three is good by Banks. 52-50. Coach Benedict now marching in his 22.3 to go. You can count on the full court press being applied here, I would say, by the Bishop Luers Knights. And they finally have decided what timeout it is, so I think we're going to stay right here, Bob. This is just too exciting.
Fantastic ball game. 3 baskets the entire fourth quarter by Luers, but 2 of them are from Banks for threes. They're 4 out of 4 from the foul line. The one thing that's going to hurt Luers is Columbia City is going to shoot 2 foul shots every time. So when you're down 2 and the other team is definitely going to shoot 2 free throws, that could hurt Luers. But they just got to play good defense and either get a steal or a 5-second count.
Well, and Bishop Luers got the 1-on-1, so if you can hit the front end of it, it kind of negates things. So there are 7 fouls against Columbia City, but this ball game has come down to 52-50 with 22.3 left in regulation. And a note from New Haven that I don't know if you caught it in the midst of things. They went into overtime.
So we got a thriller here and a thriller in New Haven, and hate to see anybody lose, but what a ball game in New Haven and what a ball game in Columbia City. And if Luers is going to tie this game or win it, and it's going to be their defense.
So Columbia City triggering the basketball in with 22.3, the full court press. Having trouble even getting it in. They get it to Parker. Parker fouled immediately.
Luers foul.
And Foster said you can't foul. Coach didn't want that, but that's what we've got to deal with. And Parker Hazen going to go back to the free throw line. After missing his first 3 or 4 out of 5, he's been pretty deadly here when it counted.
He has 21 points here in the ball game. Columbia City has 16 this quarter, Kenny, and almost all of them are from the foul line.
And first one's good. Makes the score 53-50.
They have 17 points this quarter, and 10 of them are from the foul line. When they needed a free throw, Parker Hazen, with all the pressure, is doing a good job here.
Second free throw is missed. We got a one-possession game. 20 seconds to go.
J.J. Foster Banks for the three here.
Over the timeline. Stops, looks at the defense, takes the pick from Curry to the right side. Has no place to go. And they're going to have to shoot a three where it's been 10 seconds. Took a double pick at the top side. Still no room.
Wow.
With 5 seconds to go.
They let a lot of time run off there.
Let's take a 30-second break because they're taking a 1-minute break. You're listening to WRDF 106.3 FM, Columbia City, Fort Wayne.
When you're looking for a bank to call home, it's hard to know where to turn. So many offer the same products, services, and rates. So why choose First Federal Bank? Well, at First Federal Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're your partner, friend, and neighbor. And just like you, we're proud to call this community home. By empowering our employees to make local decisions, we're investing in our community, one customer at a time. That's what makes us better together. First Federal Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back, fans, with 5 seconds to go, 53-50 your score. Bob and I are just discussing, who do you give the three to? And
well, that's it, Kenny. They just brought in Blaine Cook, and what I was just saying off the air there, that if I'm Columbia City, I know they're looking for J.J. Foster, but I have a hunch, Banks has got 2 threes. J.J. Foster has 2 threes, and Antoine Berry has 1. I think Columbia City is going to concentrate on Foster, and a lot of times he will be the decoy. So I would think it's either Cook or Banks. But again, they got good shooters out there, and if you're Columbia City, do not foul the three-point shooter. They got Foster set up in the corner, so they're going to probably set a pick
almost
for
foul
him.
anybody. Foul somebody without shooting.
They're going to set a pick for Foster in this corner. And now Banks has got the three. And he just made it. Oh.
Nope. No good. And that's the ball game.
That's a tough way to lose.
Banks got a decent look. And just hard off the back.
Tough way to lose.
So the Bishop Luers Knights lose 53-50 to the hometown Columbia City Eagles. Redeemer Radio has one travel sponsor, and that is indeed H&L Electric. Specializing in commercial electric needs for your business community, H&L Electric can handle the smallest to the largest projects for your business. Call Pete Henry at 357-0123. That's 357-0123, area code 260. And our post-game sponsor, Bishop Luers High School. Kids just lost a tough ball game. A Catholic educational community that instills in each student dignity, integrity, respect, and responsibility. You can catch Luers Spirit at www.bishopluers.org. And I believe, Bob, you call this thing at halftime. Watch the free throws change. And I don't think they got homered here, but Columbia City shot an awful lot more free throws than did Bishop Luers second half of that ball game.
They sure did, and what was funny, Kenny, for 3 quarters, Columbia City scored 12 points every quarter. They go into the 4th quarter and they outscore Luers 17-12, and they win 53-50. It was 12-10 Columbia City at the quarter, tied at the end at halftime. Luers 38-36. Luers outscored 17-12 in the 4th quarter. And as you mentioned, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 free throws in the 4th quarter to Luers 4. Luers did make all 4 of them. Columbia City was very smart there in the second half. And Parker Hazen, he must have had ice water in his veins because he made free throw after free throw.
But how many did he miss earlier in the ball game?
And he missed 5 early in the game.
Yeah, so he made them when they counted. And the Columbia City Eagles move on to play tomorrow night. They will take on the winner of game number 2 that's here at Columbia City tonight, the Mississinawa Indians and the Heritage Patriots. And we haven't seen much of Mississinawa. They won their first ball game and moved on to take on Heritage, who happens to draw the bye on the bottom side of the bracket. So
what's interesting, Kenny, Luers only had 2 guys in double figures. Antoine Berry had 15, but since halftime he only had 2 points. So like you said, I think maybe playing reserve ball all year and now playing varsity. He had 13 points in the first half. He might have ran out of gas because the varsity game is a heck of a lot different than a reserve game.
Well, and they also denied him the basketball an awful lot that second half. And there's enough firepower on the Bishop Luers Knights where that shouldn't have been an issue. He was kind of I don't want to. They didn't sneak him in, but that's somebody that they can't prepare for videotape and stuff because they've seen him play.
Jordan Banks at 13, J.J. Foster 9, 7 for Ray Walker, 6 for Sidney Curry, Parker Hazen with 22, but the killer, all field goals, 3-point field goals, 4 in the second quarter, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 18 for Cooper Parrish, and I've never seen a kid put on a shooting display in a second quarter. He had all the points in the second quarter, and they were all threes.
Excellent shooting by Cooper Parrish. And we are going to take one last break, and we'll come back, and hopefully we can give you an update from New Haven. But we'll see. You're listening to 106.3 FM WRDF, Columbia City, Fort Wayne. Welcome home to your family of faith.
Matthew F. Hatfield, a health insurance specialist for those aged 65 and older, and for those under age 65 receiving Social Security disability. Matt provides Medicare supplement plans, Medicare Part D prescription drug plans, Medicare Advantage plans, dental, vision, and hearing aid insurance plans, and long-term care insurance plans. For taking good care during the best years of your life, call Matthew F. Hatfield at 484-6606.
And we're back for the final time here at Columbia City High School. The Bishop Luers Knights eliminated from the tournament 53-50 on a tough night for the Knights. They didn't get going early, had a really nice run for a while, but the Columbia City Eagles, who are not a bad ball club, hung tough. Nobody got more than about a 5 or 6 point lead on each other. And it just come down to free throw shooting and execution, and mostly free throw shooting. And the Columbia City Eagles made them when they needed to make them.
Columbia City shot 16, and so did Luers. Luers was 13 out of 16, and Columbia City was 11 out of 16. But the key, 6 threes for Columbia City, and, of course, Luers had 5. Kenny, it was just a great ball game, and as you said, ice water in the young man's veins of Parker Hazen, and they just looked so confident there at the end. They were going to the Hazen brothers, and Luers had a real hard time of stopping them there at the end, and both Hazens made some big key blocks here at the end of the game on Luers, and Luers isn't used to that, I don't think.
No, they're Sidney Curry got to the iron 2 or 3 times, but the Hazens decided they were going to really either foul or make sure he just didn't get the bunny, and did a good job of blocking some shots in there. Barry would step outside and shoot a couple of threes, or Banks, excuse me, and that didn't draw them out as far as I thought they was hoping to draw them out.
And so Jordan Banks had a good look there at the end. We thought somebody else might take it. As Kenny made a key point, when you only have 5 seconds, you can't run the play you want. You got to give it to the open man. They set the pick. They got the ball to Jordan Banks. He had 3 baskets, and 2 of them were threes. So as much as Kenny and I watched this young man play all year, he's a good 3-point shooter. It just missed it. And what a ball game. We knew it would come down to the end. 2 very good teams, well coached, and hate to see anybody lose. But Columbia City, they just got a very good ball club, and whoever plays them tomorrow night's going to have a tough out because Columbia City's a very good team.
Yeah, the Mississippi Indians and the Heritage Patriots are on the floor warming up. We're going to try and stay here long enough to let you know who wins out at New Haven, because if the Saints can pull that one off, we're out to New Haven tomorrow night.
And hard to believe that one's in overtime. We knew it'd be a good game, but there's no fight or no quit in the Dwenger Saints, but New Haven's a well-coached, good ball club, and they're fundamentally sound.
And I just got crummy news, Bob.
New Haven won?
Saints went down in overtime, 48-45.
Wow, we're done. That's a little disappointment because we just love broadcasting. It's been such a great year, and all 4 teams, the girls and the boys at Dwenger and Luers, had one heck of a year.
Well, we've got a whole list of people we need to thank, and I really was hoping I wouldn't have to break this list out here, at least for one more game, and we're actually kind of dreaming to go down to Marion. And we can still go at Tate, but not nearly the same thing. There's a whole lot of people involved in bringing Redeemer Radio Sport broadcast to you. Not just Bob and I, but we have the funnest job in the house. But we got to thank a whole lot of people. And if you think of somebody that I miss, just chime right in there. Cindy Black, the executive director of Redeemer Radio, she lets us do this and turns us loose pretty much free reign. We really appreciate that. Erin Heckber, she does a wonderful job reminding me of what I should be doing and where. Debbie Heine, she sends me all the basketball logs every week, and if I don't forget to print them off, they're extremely handy. Debbie, we appreciate that a bunch. Doug Jones, program director, he makes sure we got a good signal and get it out of these gymnasiums. Every once in a while you get into a building that just don't seem to like to get your broadband out of the building. Bob Hartenstein, you got to love Bob. Bob's voice is the one that brings us into every game. He is smooth as silk. I thought for sure he was a newscaster when I first met him, and that's not what he did for a real living for a long time. But, Bob, we love you. Yeah, but you got to get to one of these games now, brother, because the season's over now, so now you got to survive another season until next fall. Jill O'Sullivan, another gal that works in the office, does a nice job. Always a big smile on her face when we get in there. Andrea Serrani, another gal that works in the office, does a nice job for us, helps us keep organized and keep things where we need to. Robert Sora, one of the guys who run the board for us and keep the board operators in line and get them trained up, and they did a really good job this year, the board operators did. Jennifer Zerbach, another one of the gals that helped us out. And I got something on the backside. Oh, the Poinstead family, Rob, Mary, and Carolyn. And Mary and Carolyn are dialing the knobs tonight back at the station, doing a great job for us.
And it was
tonight.
Really a family adventure for them. They loved doing it. It was a family affair the entire year.
And Rich Matera, another guy who runs the board for us. And all the board operators are terrific. They can put up with Bob and I and our silliness, and we're changing knobs, and it gets loud in some of these gyms sometimes, and it gets quiet sometimes, and we're over-modulating, under-modulating.
And we have the easy job. They got the tough one.
Piece of cake. All those folks, and if I missed anybody, I certainly deeply apologize, because I didn't mean to. I even wrote it all down and carried it in my wallet for a couple games, hoping it would get so gnarly that I couldn't read it. But unfortunately, this is going to be our last broadcast of the year, Bob.
It was fun, Kenny. You do a wonderful job. This is as much fun as you can have. We love doing basketball, and I can't wait for basketball next year. Bishop Luers and Bishop Dwenger, boys and girls. Luers got almost everybody coming back, and hate to put the onus on them, but I'll tell you, they're going to be loaded next year with Jordan Banks, the only senior that graduates of the starters, and Luers and Dwenger boys and girls are all going to be tough, so it's going to be a heck of a year. It was a fun year this year, and disappointed it's over, but we just had so much fun this year.
Absolutely. So we're going to have to sign off. I don't want to. Think they'll let us just do another game?
Sure.
I don't think so. I think the girls would probably want to go home. They were only promised one, and we have no business. We don't even know who Mississippi really is. Or I don't know. You probably do, but I don't have any idea where they're at.
I don't know.
Enjoy the weekend. The weather's going to get nice. 40 tomorrow, 50 Sunday, and 60 on Monday. So things are.
And with all the spring sports of Bishop Luers and Bishop Dwenger, with track and baseball and softball, get out and watch your Catholic teams of Dwenger and Luers, and hopefully they all have good spring seasons, and before you know it, it's going to be basketball time.
Absolutely. Sean and the gang will probably want to do a little football before then, but, we like our round ball better. It's warmer, it's dry. There's a lot of advantages to basketball. So we got to go. We're babbling a little bit. It's been a wonderful season. We want to thank everybody for listening, especially the long-distance listeners. We love acknowledging you wherever you're at in the country or the world. You can listen to us worldwide on streaming on RedeemerRadio.com. And next year, make sure you let us know who you're listening for, and we'll give you a shout-out that way. God bless everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll go to our closing prayer, and we'll talk to you next season.